I can get used to this, or I should be used to this. Arsenal with clean sheets, 3 points, and victory. Smash the like button, people. Deluded. I'm back again. Appreciate you lot as usual. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, in some cases, good night. Now, Arsenal have kicked off November in the same place we left October, winning games, keeping it moving. And shout out to Mikel Arteta, the coaching staff, all of the players that have played any part in our season in this point, even the injured ones as well. We're just doing our thing, man. And I can't lie, man. I don't look at the league table, but allegedly we're top in the Premier League, we're top in the Champions League, we're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup, FA Cup when it comes around. That's our trophy. I'm not even concerned about that. I have all the confidence in the world. I can't tell you which one of the four, but Arsenal will win a bit of silverware in May of 2026. Granted, I'll even go a step further. Might for to make up for lost time, might even have to grab two of them, man. It's light work, man. And big up Max Dowman and the news for making their debuts. Obviously, I've offered my thoughts on the Slavia Prague game. I hope you lot have as well if you haven't get them in. But I'll go over it again shortly. In short, 3 points in it. That's what we needed to do. Clean sheet, 3 points. Points on the board, keeping the winning run in all comps and the Champions League, obviously going. Bit of insurance policy going into the Bayern Munich game in a few weeks because obviously they're actually in great form as well. And I want revenge against them. Like, again, people can say what they want about my football club. Pardon me. I don't know why everybody's just clocked that we're a good side. We're a very cold side. And you can say what you want about Mikel Arteta. You need to be able to separate the coaching philosophy and the coach, obviously, from talking points. Arteta, I beg you win some silverware, my brother, because that's where you're at. You're not the final form. I think you're going to go down when your career ends, not just at Arsenal, but you're going to do crazy things. You might even manage Spain one day. You're a good manager. The task now is, are you a winning manager? We're a good team and you're a good coach. Are we a great team with a great coach? And the only way to do that for Arsenal Football Club is to put yourself in the history books. With the greatest of respect, big up Rob Holding, stood up tall in the FA Cup. That's actually why I mentioned him, people, because he's higher in Arsenal folklore, then Saka, then Magalhaes, then Raya, then this one, then that one, and the third people. So that's what we need to go and do. I beg you, just win silverware. Seriously, just win some silverware, man. If I'm completely honest with you, like, we're lit, man. Like, we're lit. And even that, like, let's not, like, people, we've been a good defensive side for a few seasons now. We've probably hit maturity now. I think we've got that level of inevitability. And it's not just our defense, it's how we press, it's how we get back in shape. Is, you might have a winger that, has seen the left back is out of position and he's sprinted back to make that challenge. I love how every player is stepping up, whether you're in and out the side, whether you haven't been exposed to minutes, whether you're playing on a regular basis. My only concern with Arsenal Football Club is, the fact that it's not May, but that's not really a concern. I would also say the injuries in the attacking ranks is getting a bit spooky, if I'm honest with you. So hopefully everybody's wrapped in cotton wool. To the players, when they do come back from injury and the attacking players that are available now, I need you lot to, it's all about the collective. We know this, but you lot need to go through some really good patches of form now. I need to see Saka getting some goals and dragging the team. Eze the same, Trossard the same. Trossard's having a very good season, and some Arsenal fans have to eat humble pie in that regards. But yeah, man, Slavia game, first 20 minutes, they got a good home record prior to us being there. We're in their backyard. Obviously, it's like in the most respectful way, it is the Champions League, but it's like a cup final. We expected that kind of thing to have to happen. They pressed well for 20 minutes. I'd say they had it. Once we started to settle, we obviously did the business. We don't need to get over the minutes that they were scored, but Mikel Merino's done well. Saka's obviously scored from the spot. Love the fact that we scored early into that second half. And it was poetic because I could not tell you what Slavia Prague were trying to do from the kickoff with how they had their players on the left-hand side of the pitch, but it didn't bang. The only thing I'd say to Slavia Prague, you lot, like, maybe you think this is 07, 08, 09, 010 kind of Arsenal where you can try and bully us and intimidate us. We can rattle the rattlers. We're on playing football. We can do the set pieces. If you want to open up and make it an open game, we can definitely score. If you want to do the fighting thing, we can do the fighting thing. Couldn't tell you who the striker was, but yeah, mate, that's why you're at Prague and that's why you're not in one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. But everything happens for a reason, because if you was in a traditional top 5 side, you don't deserve to be playing in the Champions League, especially with that Barney. So yeah, lovely to see Hincapié shithousery, but also nice to see he gets minutes. Nice to see Ben White obviously get some minutes. You lot have got onto me when I said there's more to come from William Saliba on the ball, and I felt yesterday it weren't perfect, but that was the first time I think Arteta has actually demanded him to kind of do that. Maybe in the absence of Zubamendi. Lovely that Rice never got a second yellow, well, a yellow card as well. And when Merino got that yellow card, which was a bit shaky, I thought, imagine that was Rice. The ref had a mare, man. the two penalties initially given, Buki. Given a foul against Saliba where he's made a fantastic tackle. The same goes for Mikel Merino, but it is what it is. We keep winning, we keep moving, and all attention turns towards Sunderland, which isn't going to be easy in the Xhaka derby. So yeah, man, happy lad. I do think a couple of times in the game we were a bit sloppy is not the right word, but because I've seen worse, but a bit sloppy on the ball, not really looking after passes and things of that ilk. I do think there's too much based on social media with some Arsenal fans. There's too much of a pylon, if I'm honest with you, where Norgard's concerned. Like, you can't tell me Norgard was terrible yesterday. I think people are doing too much with Wanyeri. Like, you imagine an 18-year-old is going to be exposed to more minutes in his long-term position. And for all his talent and what he did last season, how good he is, he's not the finished article. The first thing he needs to do is add consistency. And what have I told you, lot? Wanyeri, technically, he's got it. That's an Arsenal 8 or a 10. The other things he has to learn are things that are going to come with being exposed to more experience, learning those things, people. Like, physically, he needs to go up. You need to win more duels. You obviously are learning that kind of Odegaard role, where to stand, when to stand, where to play the passes, all of these things. Well, yeah, he'll be okay, man. He'll be okay long-term at Arsenal Football Club. Maybe there's a loan to be said in January, even though I'm on a selfish thing. Every player needs to stay. Thought we'd see Miles Lewis-Skelly at some point in midfield yesterday, but yeah, man, good day at the office, man. Slap the like button if you haven't, man. Slap the like button if you haven't, man. So, yeah, we done what we needed to do, man. We done what we needed to do. I have a bone to pick with Arsenal, though. It weren't good enough. We conceded a shot on target. Crazy works. What's going on? What a game in Paris. Liverpool must be fuming over selling Diaz. Deluded, you probably, maybe in hindsight, but they, not every Liverpool fan was convinced with Diaz or obviously Nunez. So I don't think if you offered them Verts, Isaac, and whoever they got versus the ones that left, they would have done that. Who was your man of the match? Merino. I think Merino had a good game still. I'll be real. I think Merino had a very good game. I think Trossard as well. I think Trossard needs his flowers, man. Hit the like button on the way in. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss streams. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate all of you lot telling the people them to hit the like button, man. Blessings, DG, and all. Hope everyone is well. How's your injuries doing, DG? Physio was great, man. What? A month? One more month and we're back, man. And we're back. Professional win. 100%. And big up the chat and big up yourself, Jerome. Boring. Saliba playing centre mid. Yeah, boring. Bro, who cares if we're boring, bro? Because it can only be boring to you lot. When people say boring, City was so perfect, it was boring. You know me, I'm a footballing nerd. On one hand, I love all of that tactical aspect. But in terms of entertainment, many a time I wanted to sleep. How many trophies have City won? When we was playing sexy and amazing football, what did we do? Yeah, we picked up 1-2 FA Cups, but what did we do? We didn't win the champs and the Prem and all the things we came to the Emirates for, and we still ain't done that now. And why I think it's a bit disingenuous is football, it's not an Arsenal thing. Obviously, I get it. Media houses, we pay the bills. You don't talk about Arsenal. There's issues. What football team? How many football teams play great football? Because you in the Prem, how many actually play great football? And then how many play entertaining? Historically, Leeds are entertaining because, they're the Leeds United. Since they've come back to the Prem, they're them sort of teams. There might be 2 goals down. They're going to score 3. Then they might concede another 2. I would say Bournemouth are definitely entertaining. I think Crystal Palace in the last 18 months, I would say for me, they're entertaining. But even that, with the way Glasgow sets up, you can't say that. Football is systemic. These managers are micromanaging everything. There has been less space available in the present day than there's ever been. Footballers have become robots. The individuals will always make football, but it's more about the collective. Midfield is all stuff. Anything you set, even the set pieces, it's always highlighted because it's my club, but there's a wider discussion about where football is. Then you throw in the amount of games these lot are playing for club and country. It's all different ingredients being stirred into a pot as to why it's not entertaining. And even that, if people think, as I said, City, I find it entertaining in it because I'm a statistical nerd. I like all of that fine football IQ stuff. But then you can't tell someone that's not entertainment. What's going on here? And again, for me, the biggest thing is you're a damn I wouldn't say Arsenal the most entertaining side, and I don't care if you call us boring. Winning is boring. Discipline is boring. And that's football mirror society. If you're disciplined in your life, you go to bed at the right time, you wake up at the right time, you do all those things. That is boring, but that makes the difference. I'm on all of that. I'm on all of that. You open up against us, we're going to play ball. And there's actually, from the beginning of the season against Man United up until this point, there's been little micro things to look at when we do break the sort of passing lanes we're passing to. You open up against us, you're in problems. We're getting better on the counter attack. We're having an abnormal amount of touches in the up box. There's also plenty of statistics that need to improve, but there's enough to show me we're on an upward trajectory. And I felt that this way after the Newcastle game until this point. I actually think the Newcastle game was somewhat of a turning point. So for me, it's about the players need to stay fit. We need to let the relationships, the new relationships that we've obviously introduced this season develop. For the players, I need you lot to get fit, and I do need you lot to, I won't say put the team on your back, but I need you lot to kind of do that, because I want to, if I ask you in the next 10 games, who's our player of the season or your players of the season so far, I don't just want to say everybody in our backline and at a push, maybe Rice. Someone might say Zuma Mendy. I want to say Gyökeres. I want to say Eze, Saka, Trossard. You get where I'm going with that. So they're liars, man, but they're going to do what they want to do, man. And I say this to myself as well, Arsenal fans. We're at that point now. If we find ourselves getting peed off with people that are not connected to our football club saying disingenuous things, it's our fault, because we know there's agendas. We know there's agendas. You go on YouTube, it's all panel debates with rage bait, people listening to points being made to respond rather than understand. We all know how the traditional tabloids are. It's, I might say something like along the lines of, because this is how it typically works. I might have a 10-minute segment on a platform, where let's, for argument's sake, I don't think Gyökeres was the guy we should have bought. I think he's a bit clunky. But I feel like he can score 15, 20 goals. And I'll talk for 10 minutes about that. But what did I say in the first 30 seconds? I don't think he's the guy, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to clip up them 30 seconds out of context, engagement. That's what they care about. You think these lot care if they're right or wrong or having general discussions? All they care about is looking at the tweets or the content via the back pages, so the analytics, and just seeing green, engagement, watch time, comments. Crazy, man. Clean apparel, bro. Let's go. I wish, man. Appreciate that, though, man. Appreciate you lot, man. Appreciate you lot. You know why I like what we are doing? Because if we win this season, it just proves the work works when you work it out. True. And for me, boy, uncomfortable conversation. All I would say is make sure Arsenal don't win. Because this ain't me saying this. You tell me Saka's a left back. You tell me Gyökeres wears jeans. You tell me Mikel Arteta's a novice. You say, and all the other, were boring set pieces. Don't make with all of this that you lot are saying in mind, and we need to keep receipts with everything that you lot are saying. If we go and win something with all of that, please don't make us let us win the Prem or the Champs with everything you lot are saying, because it's uncomfortable conversations, scary conversations, not for me or you lot that are connected to the club. Fair enough, though, man. That's just me, man. But yeah, man, we're working hard, man. Appreciate that. AFC Dom, appreciate the super chat, my boy. DG, the most underrated guy on YouTube. 100K soon come. Appreciate that, man. More than the super chat, which I appreciate. It's the words, man. Without you lot make the platform. You lot have taken the guy from using this. And side note, I went and fixed my phone again. I broke it again. Not yesterday, day before, as I was walking home. Need to just stop having phones, really and truly. But you lot have taken me using this to being on platforms and nominated for awards. So I thank you lot. Without you lot, it'd be dead. Like, it'd be dead. You lot make the platform. I'm the face of it, and I should definitely be the face of it. I'm a handsome guy at that, like Sexist on YouTube. You lot are you lot are the Nicholas Hovers, the Gabriel Heinzes, the previously Carlos Cuestas, the Andrea Bertas, all them kind of things there, people, man. You lot, what's going on here? One sec. You lot, all of them. So I appreciate that. I need to refresh this. What's YouTube saying here? That was weird. Can you lot still hear me? Get a proper phone case, mate. I don't know if you lot can hear me. I don't like the phone case, and it's dumb. You're right. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like, it just doesn't look wavy, man. And I know it protects the phone, but it just don't look wavy, man. It just does not look wavy, man. So yeah, man, appreciate you lot. Without you lot, the platform's dead, man. So yeah, in terms of other content, we're here now. 4 p.m. Kenny Ken and DJ B. 7 p.m. You lot have been getting on to me about getting Sammy back, so she'll be back as well at 7. So yeah, man, is what it is. Thursday, she knows Arsenal, whatever. Friday, we have to see. Saturday, we're definitely going to watch Spurs Man United at 12:30. We're playing at 5:30. So there's 2 watch logs there. The grind don't stop, and we definitely have to watch City versus Liverpool together, because it's a win-win. If Liverpool lose, that's a blow for City. If City win, that's a blow for Liverpool. If it's a draw, it's a blow for both. But we need to do our job first. We need to, and we've been doing that. There's been times we've played after these lot. There's been times last few weeks we played before. Just keep doing our jobs, man. He has 2 works. I think he works too hard to not hit 100K. Gotta work smarter, man. If working hard was everything, Donkey would be the richest animal in it. You get the point. Terrible example. The toughest fixtures in the Champions League are Bayern and Inter. We're getting somewhere. And to be fair, Inter, we got shagged in it, that Buki penalty. Bayern, I want revenge, man. I think Bayern's gonna be a good test, man, because they're a good side. We're a good side. They're in good form. We're in good form. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm watching German league and Bayern Munich week in week out, but from what you read and see, company seems to be getting his flowers. I'm sure he signed a new deal. Arteta's doing his thing. Elise versus Saka, bro. Come to the Emirates. The Emirates ain't nice, man. How much teams have, even when we were shit, pardon my French, we done up Bayern Munich. Every team, every big team has stepped to this stadium, and whether we've won stuff or not, yeah, you've definitely had a tough day. Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, obviously Paris Saint-Germain shameless in the league phase. Man United, Man City definitely, in the last two games, because you didn't lose, but you had to sit there for 45 minutes and just sit in your own half. The list goes on, really and truly. So yeah, man, they're gonna hate. They're gonna hate. They're gonna hate. Yesterday was a good game tactically. We tried something new. It needs refining, but Saliba in midfield is incoming. When I told you, lot, watch for the fullbacks this year, they didn't want to listen. And I told you, lot, Saliba, there's more to come in terms of passing. They didn't want to listen. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen, man. Slap the like button like your mama taught you, right? Not my line, by the way. Claire, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Linz. Saliba in the 6 makes sense. He's very press resistant and has good pass range. Nah, not in midfield organically. You just step onto the ball and do your thing, Saliba. I actually think his passing was a bit inconsistent by his standards yesterday. He had a tough game, but he's fine. He just needs more playing time in the system. And yeah, on one hand, you haven't been exposed to a consistent run of games in that role in different contexts, because when you have been playing in that role this season in the Premier League, you did it when we're playing teams where they're just going to sit behind us. You have to be able to do it where there's no space, where there's a lot of space, and you need to be outside your comfort zone. I'm not interested in Wanyeri. Of course, I'd love Wanyeri to bag every week, do amazing. And you are in that double-edged sword period where you do need a run of games, but then also you need to take, whether you get one game or 2 minutes, you do need to take your chances. But I'm not interested in that. We need our players to be, how do you get to the next level? If you are learning how to swim and you can stand up in the water, and you're just swimming in that level of water, if you're in a plane and you crash in the ocean, do you know if you can swim? You have to. It's a terrible example, but these young players, to a degree, and the same will happen with Dowman in a few years. You actually need to pick them up, dash them in the strongest current. Can you sink or swim? Horrible example, I know, but that happens, and that's what annoys me about the rhetoric around all young players, in that if they're a talented boy, they're 17, 18, which you got to remember, everyone's developing, and he's also developing physically and as a human. People think because that one day they could be England international week in, week out for Arsenal, stars and whatnot, that you just click your fingers and you're there overnight. It's not how life works. It's not how life works. If you want to be a Michelin star chef, I'm sure you cut your hand several times. I love that example. Or you struggle to, make some toast. Well, to be fair, if you can't make toast, there's no way you're going to be a Michelin star chef. But you get the point. Love Arsenal, hate the ops. Appreciate you, DG community. Merino, man of the match, man. Man of the match. Ben White for the shithousery, though, if I'm honest. What's the update on Gyökeres? We're going to get there. They tried to zang Benjamin White, man. Big up forwards. They tried to zang Benjamin White as well. Even when in real time, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we should have got a penalty. I'll have it, leave it to the refs. I didn't see it, so I can't comment on it. But that was a sheg. Remember, real time, you didn't need VAR. How did you fall for that? Now, I appreciate the dark arts from the Slavia, man. I think the ref's giving it because maybe his view's blocked. But it's the dramatics after, innit? The guy's like, come on, man. Shameless brothers. Shameless brothers. Apparently, you have to be perfect after 3 games. Let them talk, man. If we win, let them talk. If we lose, let them talk. All they do is chat, man. All they do is chat, man. All they do is chat. Appreciate you, lot. £20 for a phone case or 500 plus for a new phone. Well, to be fair, my upgrade's due early next year, so just get a new phone, man. I want one. I don't even know what iPhone it is, but I want one of them where it's got all the cameras and shit. Like, no point. Keep those receipts, DG. Call them out. They said he's Paella Pulis. Called him Zuby Doodoo. They even said you can't grow a mustache. What? Damn. I caught it. I'm leaving now, man. What did I catch straight for? God damn. Fucking hell. SLD's a horrible unit, innit? Like, what did I do? Say fuck me for. Big up you lot, people. But if I ever do an in-life party for you lot, XLD, you're getting rushed. I can't lie. I've had enough of you, man. I've actually had enough of you. You're doing too much now. Babyface killer. Just wait till 4 p.m. Troll Kenny Ken and that. Hey, chair, ask him for his postcode. I'm a good guy, but my chair's not. He's gonna find you, man. He's gonna find you. Don't worry, man. The internet nerd. He's an internet nerd. Don't worry. Spud me, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. That was horrible works. Damn. But yeah, they're not laughing now. I got like 5 hairs on my chin. Get me? I could do that. Let me not. DG, what's some words of inspiration for those starting out in this content thing? I ain't no one to inspire no one. Ah. Could say a couple things to be fair. Ask yourself if you really want. Be honest with yourself first. Like, because some people, I guess, they can make videos if they're starting, they can make whatever content they're doing, they can make videos every day. Some people might be only able to do it once a week, once every 2 weeks, but make a plan with that and stick to it in it. If you're saying on Tuesday, every Tuesday, you're bringing out a video, then make sure there's that for obviously for the fans and the community you're going to build, but for yourself, because the minute you start saying, oh, I can't be asked, you get out what you put in it. And I would say, don't let one don't let one good video make you, and don't let one bad video break you. Always keep in mind, yeah, I can't live by the applause, or I'm gonna die by the booze, in it, really. And the game's quite fickle. Like, obviously, shout out Talksport for me being there, but the amount of people that shout me like, oh, my guy, you're not my guy. Like, you're not my guy. Like, you know, like, you're quite fake, really. But that's how the game goes. It's fickle, man. It's fickle. Just make sure it's something you love doing, though. Like, I don't know, that could be taking pictures of the trains. So yeah, just do it. Just do it. You rather do it and it don't bang, and you know it don't bang, then always think about it and stuff. And I think too many people in life, yeah, failure is not a bad thing. It's what we learn. Arteta and Arsenal and these players and any manager and any team, yeah, they might have been teams, you might have seen invincibles, you might have seen treble winners and that. I guarantee you, speak to any of them players, any of them, they've learned more from their setbacks than victory ever says anything. You know, they would have learned, these boys have learned way more from in the last 3 years where we've had some good days, ultimately not got anywhere, than they ever will be when we do lift the title. Because in a weird way, success breeds complacency. That's why I always say once you reach top of the mountain, the only way is down. We have to move to Bayern, bro. Have to absolutely move to them. Saliba was okay. He's not used to being out there, where to position himself, but he did well. Stopped their 2-man press. Gabby also becomes the ball centre back. It was interesting. And again, it's always like we always focus on the new signings and things, but it's about existing players improving, relationships improving, and like you're alluding to, tweaking little tactics and things like that. Big up Ethan. He will grow with more minutes in game time. I ain't selling stocks in Ethan like DG did for Bitcoin. This guy. VAR is more consistent / more trustworthy in this Champions League than the Prem, though, which is nice. True. Bro, chair's got to be on badness. I didn't even do nothing. Like, I didn't even do nothing. I was just here. Merino's a mystery. His heat / touch map was all over the place. He's a freelancer, but in the box, he knows what to do. If he gets in position, no wonder our gaffer loves him. Merino deserves respect. Perfect for the squad. Obviously, Merino's a striker. Like, it's very different when you're trying to ask a man to do it for 10 games, but as a little auxiliary kind of thing, yeah. And the guy makes no sense. Like, he's got a position, but he's got none. He's clearly intelligent. He might not be the quickest. I just wish that he did things a bit quicker, because I think when he plays in midfield, it's like he's playing for the Spanish national team. Like, he's kind of one-paced, if that makes sense. To be honest, let's be real. The media would be shit if they don't mention the Arsenal. So let's focus on what we got to do and bun the media. Don't care if we look boring to them if we win games. Exactly. And then what's the thing? Exactly, bro. And this is why I do think there's a bunch of Arsenal fans that, I'm not saying it's right and you have to call out things, but have a victim's mentality. The goalposts are always going to move. By God's grace, we win a Prem. Oh, it took you for, you know, they'll go from saying, oh, Arteta can't do it to, oh, it took you forever. You spent X amount of money and you can't do it again, though. We saw it. The Invincibles, they remained invincible. Oh, but you had 12 draws and you didn't do anything in Europe. So how can you be the best team in the Premier League, where we're having a discussion about the Premier League or in Europe? The goalposts are always going to move. They're always going to consistently move. And that's not just with Arsenal. That's just in life, man. Like, Arsenal fans, honestly, you'll do yourself mad if you try and find logic with all of that. And it'd be sad, man. Enjoy your life. Like, time is a currency we've all got to spend, you know. We're all going to die one day. We're actually every day that we live, we're closer to dying. There's 2 things you don't need to look for in this life: love and death. They will find you. So we're going to spend this limited time worrying about what Joe Blogs is saying on these things, where they don't support our team. They don't pay your bills. Don't care about your family. Don't care about you. Fuck them. And even when they're like, again, you type in Arsenal, these same journalists and these same articles, Arsenal are inevitable, they're going to win the Prem, no one's on their level, they're waxing lyrical about Arteta and everything. They were the same ones saying, "Oh, it's Arteta's ego why he gave Wanyeri his debut." You know, Jamie Carragher's out here saying Max Dowman's not in the first team change room because Arteta wants him to know his place. So there's only safeguarding rumors. You know, they chat shit about Saka. There's many of things, and they're being shameless. So don't waste your limited time on earth worrying about what these lot are saying. And half of them don't even mean it. Half of them are guided by hatred, which clouds your mind anyways. And half of them, I guarantee you, if you speak with them off the camera, out of the newsroom, they won't believe this. But I get it. The game's the game. People have bills to pay. People got engagement to make. But if we know this and we're still getting pissed off, we are now the dickheads, people. If you know better, do better. So I implore us all to do that. And I'm extending that to myself. 4 wins from 4 in Europe, 11 goals scored, 0 conceded, 8 wins in a row without conceding no comps. Apparently, top of the Champions League. That's probably changed now. And the Premier League. It's all great. And I need you to start scoring some goals again, Bukayo, which you did yesterday from the penalty spot. Mikel Merino summed it up perfectly on TNT. This team doesn't care who is injured, who is not. The same mentality, the same fire inside. Obviously, we miss everyone. We know they're important for the team, but this team is a family and a unit. Facts. Don't think anyone could disagree with that. Big up Frimmy, because he's right. Mikel Merino, to be fair, is he one of the best strikers in the Emirates era? Obviously, he's not Adebayo, he's not Van Persie, he's not Aubameyang, he's not Alexis when he went through there. There could be uncomfortable conversations, man. And apparently, it was made even more special for Mikel Merino because Hand of Arsenal was saying his family is better, yet his parents travel to support him, people. How gas must that be, man, to do that in front of your parents and likewise for your dad to see you doing that? If Arsenal beat Sunderland and keep a clean sheet on Saturday, they'll become the first English top flight club to win 9 consecutive games without conceding. Boy, since October, 8 games, 8 wins, 8 clean sheets, 776 consecutive minutes without conceding a goal. Now, the defense will get the plaudits, but I want everyone to remember it's everything. It's the game management from Arteta. It's the result of what the coaches are doing. It's the players as well, because they're the ones playing and their willingness to do that. And it's not just the defenders. It's the midfield. It's the front line. It's the mid blocks. It's the low blocks. It's how we defend. It's all of that. Our first attacker is David Raya, because why the hell would you care about how good a keeper is with his ball at his feet? Our first defender, well, it's Merino at the moment, but it was Gyökeres a few games ago, and there's been Kai Havertz, and there's been Gabriel Jesus. And then you could say Odegaard typically, because why the hell would you press from the front? The team's a cohesive unit. It's a functional unit. It's very fluid. Obviously, you strip the team into 3 sub-teams. You've got your defensive, midfield, and offensive unit. And I actually feel our offensive unit, I don't mean this in a bad way, but our offensive, if you strip the midfield, the defense, and the attack, for whatever reason, our attack, you lot are the ones where there's more areas of improvement, if that makes sense. I don't think any of you are quite firing. Obviously, there's injury elements and things of that ilk, you know, because at the moment, probably give it Trossard, to be fair, in terms of best performing attacker on the face of things. Mikel Merino's game by numbers against Prague. Won 8 duels, 5 touches in the yacht box, 1 possession 3 times, 1 free fouls, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, 2 shots, 2 goals. He ain't a makeshift striker. He's better than certain man striker. Uncomfortable conversations. That guy that a lot of you lot was skinning out your batties for, that plays for United, ain't he equaled his daddy? I don't make the rules, man. 8 successive clean sheets in all comps equals a club record set 122 years ago. See? But for the last 3 years, well, 4 including now, we've been seeing these statistics. They just tell me we're on a good trajectory and you're a good team. Go and cap it off with some silverware now. That's it. With 4 attempts on target against Prague at the point of seeing this, Saka became the first Arsenal player on record since 03-04 to have 4+ shots on target in the first half of a Champions League game. I know Saka. I've got no concerns about Saka, man. You're inevitable. Black Iron Robin. Teams with 0 shots on target in the PL since October. Burnley, Fulham, and West Ham all against us, and they're all away games. Hey, we're all right. Gabriel's more in goal involvements than goals conceded this season. My man. No manager has a better Champions League win rate with an English club than Mikel Arteta in his 20 games managed. Now, that's a good manager. Great manager. Because there's plenty of managers that have managed English clubs. What have they done? Won stuff. It's not everything in life isn't about winning. But now for us it is. It is. We're the fucking dog's bollocks. I'll be real. I'll be real. We're actually the dog's bollocks. And the scary thing is we're warming. From where I think we could go, we're a 5, 6 out of 10. So when everything clicks, scary, but not for us. Smash the like button. I'm sorry to the league. Because for years, this team has been in the dirt. been in the dirt, and we're catching up on lost time, man. Love you, lads. Love you, lads. So yeah, man. Please update your. Oh shit, this has my old card in it. Oh, I'm moving like I'm scamming this. Crazy. I'm looking mad on socials. Trossard, Arsenal's quiet leader who's becoming increasingly vocal. We're pushing the Trossard agenda because I didn't. Every player's got a price. I didn't want him or Martinelli sold in the summer. I wanted upgrades on them. I think people have been very disrespectful to Trossard throughout his time. Now, granted, prior to this season, we were doing that weird thing where we're taking players that are good for the squad, but we're trying to play you every week, and then you're not quite the level we require. Trossard is one of Arteta's best attacking signings, probably one of our best Emirates signings as well, if I'm honest. Obviously, it's not Santi, it's not Alexis, it's not, you get where I'm going. Fucking Bobby Dazzler to have in our side. I do think he leaves next summer, though, because we gave him more money but didn't increase the length of his deal. But you never know, people. I just want to get to the leadership stuff. 5'8", and I love the same height as me. I love to see him from set pieces, man. Like against Burnley, he's actually pushed one of the Burnley players in the build-up to one of the goals. Amongst all the physical specimens, it was 5'8" Trossard leading the discussions as the players waited for Merino to join them after replacing the injured Victor Gyökeres. Trossard may be unassuming on first glance, and this is why I don't care about this captain bullshit when people talk about Martin Odegaard. Would I have, and I probably have said this word for word, I don't give a monkeys about the captain's armband, bro. Like, I don't. Everybody leading their own way. If you're one of them traditional vocal dons, be that. If you're, someone that doesn't really speak, but when you speak, people listen, be that. If you're someone that's more vocal, like in and around the ground, then that, be that. Everyone needs to be able to speak up. And even the young players, like Miles Lewis-Skelly's a leader, but Miles Lewis-Skelly, Wanyeri, Dowman, if you don't think there's something to be said, say it. The only voice who's more important is Mikel Arteta and the coaching stuff. But everybody lead. When you feel it in that moment, couple man lead by example. Like Odegaard for me is more the Arsenal kind of poster boy, help old ladies across the street. He's good to bring to all the events. He probably knows the history, and I'm not knocking Odegaard. Everybody just be a captain. Because when I look around at any team that's ever won something in what I think I know as football, I obviously know the captain's armband, like John Terry, Chelsea captain. But you look around, there's Frank Lampard, there's this one, there's that one. Arsenal, Invincibles. We know who the captain is. You look around and see who's there. George Graham's time. You can see who's there. Even in the present day, we ain't won nothing. But you know there's several leaders in that side. Don't want to hear nonsense, man. I can't lie to you, man. There's so many things that need legitimate conversations. And obviously, regardless of what you, or anyone thinks about Martin Odegaard wearing the captain's armband, whether it's right or wrong, you have to also put your own opinion to the side and be like, well, I'm not at London Coley. I'm not a fly on the wall, so I don't know. Odegaard might be a serious vocal captain and badding man up and stuff. There's a reason the team has voted him it, or Arteta's given it to him. Smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't, man. We're the thinking men and women of football on this platform, people. I'll tell you what to think, just think. So yeah, Trossard might be unassuming on first glance, but his teammates and manager Arteta knew there is more to the Belgium international than meets the eye. He's often been Arsenal's unexpected star since signing from Brighton and Hove Albion almost 3 years ago. No player has made more appearances under Arteta than Trossard since his debut in 2023. Fair enough. With Gabby the closest, Gabriel Magalhaes, I assume, at 130. Only Saka has been directly involved in more goals for Arsenal than the Belgians, 54. 30 goals and 24 assists plus 1 more in the Community Shield. Since making his Arsenal debut, Saka ranks first with 75th, while Odegaard is third with 50. And again, they probably, they're more in Arteta's plans. You know what, Trossard, you might have earned your own little video. The 30-year-old has the highest share of game state change in Premier League goals. Yeah, get to the. Well, I thought it was going to go in depth talking about some leadership qualities. Trossard said it's a bit more about the feeling in the moment on the pitch. I'm always quite vocal and I try to help my teammates and myself as well if you speak in certain situations. In some games, it's more necessary than others, and it was a tough away game, so I knew how hard it would be. Sometimes it is decided he will speak, but everyone can have that chat if they want to. I just felt like I had something to say about the game and how we needed to approach it, and that's why I did it. Facts. If you feel it in that moment, do it, bro. And there has to be that environment. Even if, like, let's just assume Odegaard might have been like, I'm speaking now, bro. Let my man speak. To be a leader of men, you have to be able to follow. It's not a dictatorship. Unless you haven't smashed the like button, then it is a dictatorship here, people. So, yeah. Arteta said naturally Trossard's a bit of a moaner. My friends actually call me a moaner. Why for that? And they say I'm grumpy. Like, I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. Big up Art. But yeah, big up Trossard. I'm going to use the framework of this for a YouTube video still. defend our house, the mindset that helped Arsenal match a defensive record set in 1903. So we should do. We don't need this to tell us what we're on, man. We take pride in our defense from top to bottom. Big up Art the Roche. I need to get him back on the platform. What's this? Please be some Arsenal propaganda. Hincapié, Piero Hincapié, am I saying it right? Is the only Arsenal player to contest 8 draws in a European game across the last 10 seasons and win 100% of them. Bad boy. And he's lukewarm. He's just feeling his way into things. He can play in those two positions as a centre-back or full-back. The way we had to set up in the situation that we imagined with the ball, I wanted him low on that side. I think he was really good, really strong, really efficient. And now he's got some minutes in the last week with 2 games and the last minutes against Burnley. So we're getting him up to speed. So a couple of the players that have had a bit of a tough time with injuries, it's their time to shine, man. Because in the second half of the season, if the penny drops for Gyökeres, Eze, Hincapié, Saka, this one, that one, Jesus, Havertz, who else is there? Martinelli went back, but again, it's scary. Not for my football club though. It might be for us fans because we ain't seen this before. So yeah, man. Road to 100k. Smash the likes and subscribe. Appreciate you. Yeah, Jamie Carragher is a whore for the algorithm, man. Oi, have you smashed the like button? If not, what's going on? Merino is our Mr. Reliable. You know you're getting close to your target when you start taking flank. But we're important enough. We're a massive club. This club is beautiful. We're a big enough target. We're important enough to comment on. Because that's how I know they don't believe in this Arsenal bottlers and their shit and this and that. If you believe this, you know this. And to go with what you lot say, and to be fair, we have had a history of doing that in recent years. Why would you waste your time speaking on that? Empty barrels make the most noise. Need a touchline in left winger and inverted left winger for GA. So do both Bacola and Semenyo. Wouldn't be against them. But can't see us getting to. We just need to make it past Sunderland, then 6-man comeback during the international break. Such is life, though, man. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or talk anything into existence, but a couple players come back, couple man get injured. The international break, someone's getting injured. Odegaard and Gyökeres ain't been called up. Not that we didn't know that, but yeah. If we get a pacey left wing in Jan like Bacola, Rodrigo, Semenyo, it's darkness for the comps we're in. Semenyo, dream chasing, summer 2026. Rodrigo, I do see them rumors about, he wants to leave. You're not leaving in January. Bacola, I don't think PSG going to let you go, man. But we'll have to see. Weirder things have happened. So, yeah, man, well gone. Madueke as well, even a forgotten man. Madueke, in particular, like Eze, numbers. All the attackers, I need numbers. Obviously, you can have bad games and score, and you can also have good games without necessarily getting a goal or an assist. But I think I need numbers. I need that. We ain't got a Haaland. We don't have a Salah. So, closest is Saka. So I need Saka to get them numbers. I need the other Don Gyökeres as well to get numbers. We get the numbers to go with our defensive stuff, to go with if you want to play football and open up against us, it's long for you. If you want to break us down, you can't. Possibilities are endless, man. So I say what the gaffer has said on tonight's game. Well, I'm really happy, obviously, with the win. 4 in a row without conceding a goal. A really tough place to come. I told the boys the goal that we had to expect. A team that is super intense, very direct man-to-man. That man-to-man marking was dead. And credit to the boys or Mikel Arteta, because we was going long for no reason at the start of the game. And we realized it's not the game for that and changed it up in that. So very short sequences of play, a lot of fouls, a lot of restarts. Very difficult to get any fluency in the match. But if we were patient and emotionally controlled, which we was, we're going to have our chances. And the way they set up, and we did. I think the margin at the end looked comfortable, but I don't think it was a comfortable match at all. That's interesting. I heard him say that in a while. Not only the win, but as well the fact that we had some players that haven't played much performing and playing really well. Mikel stepping up as a 9 and scoring 2 goals. Max making his debut and probably the youngest ever. Andre as well. So a lot of positives tonight. I did like a news, man. I see him winning 1-2 duels and trying the thing, big him up. On Mikel Merino, who Arteta is not shy in speaking about. And Arteta, you're a better man than me, because only a few weeks ago, yeah, where they were getting onto you and you were like, he scored a hat-trick for Spain and this and that. You should have puffed out chest a lot more. And again, Arsenal, anytime we've been done dirty by refereeing decisions, we need to be vocal. They're going to hate what we've become. It's a joy to have him. I always say the same thing. It's his versatility on the pitch, the things that he can do. It's his mindset, his leadership. We hear he's part of the leadership group. It's the way he is as a person. Today, we're missing a lot of attacking players, and we have to find different solutions. He comes into the Champions League and scores 2 goals. With Max Dowman, what he's done on the pitch, that he comes in, first ball he takes people on, he starts to dribble, gets fouls. That's personality, fact, that's courage, and that you cannot teach that. You have it or you don't, and it doesn't matter what his passport says. You know, you throw him in this context, he's ready to adapt and have good performance, so I'm really happy with him. 8 clean sheets. What's the gaffer said? It's the culmination of hours of hard work and practice, innit? Practice makes perfect. Well, that's a long time ago. So it tells you about the difficulty of achieving it. There's a lot of work there, obviously, to achieve that. And the most pleasing thing probably is not the record, it's the mindset of the players. But when DG says it, no one takes it in. They're talking about how we can still do better. We see 1 or 2 situations that we could have resolved better. So if we can do that, we can keep improving. That record will have a bigger meaning. On the emotions during the VAR check at the end, I don't care about that. We've gone over the Hincapié stuff. On turning things around from the 5-0 loss to Man City in 2021. You mean the one that after 27 minutes, Granit Xhaka was sent off against the best Manchester City side with 70 minutes to play? It can happen, but that's a long time ago. Obviously, we're in a really different situation right now. We still have a lot to improve. Xhaka, it'll be lovely to see you on Saturday, but if anyone should know how to exploit Granit Xhaka, it should be our players. It should be Mikel Arteta, Declan Rice, Eze, Zubamendi, Wanyeri. You probably play right wing, but Max Dowman, Mikel Merino, if you play in midfield, don't you lot dare leave that stadium in Granit Xhaka. Is there anything close to man of the match or anything like that? Get him sent off. Sunderland's going to be the biggest test in a minute still. On us celebrating clean sheets, we're coming to it. I love that, and big up the gaffer. We're going to love that. On defending those moments in Europe, well, the energy, the belief, we come to a place that they can create a special atmosphere. You saw that from the beginning. They haven't lost at home here all season, so they have that winning habit, and that's very difficult to turn around. And we need to understand that. And we knew, especially in the first 15, 20, it was going to be very little play. And we have to be very conscious of that and accept it. And then to start to change it throughout the first half. We done that. I think the team showed a lot of maturity. Again, on Saliba stepping into midfield, that was related about the way they press and the way the 9 makes the press and the way where we could find certain advantages and time. Because if not, everything is absolutely man-to-man. It's really difficult game to play constantly, especially after the direct play. And we could have done better. It's something we haven't had time to train, really. So we have more solutions and to try things and to especially put players in their qualities with a bit more time on the ball. It's something that I wanted to try. On Merino being the emergency striker, yeah, you have to invent things. You always have options if you invent them. So what about inventing Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield? Well, obviously, Mikel hasn't played there before in his career, but he had a good experience of last season, and the way he reacted and performed in that position, obviously, we believe that today, the way it is, there was a good chance for him to perform. On what's changed for his prowess, I think confidence in himself, confidence given by the gaffer, confidence from his teammates, confidence in, obviously, you've done it a few times, and you're an intelligent man. That, like, could you argue strikers don't exist in today's day and age? Could you argue that? It sounds mad. We know they exist. We all fucking see Haaland and Lewandowski and Kane and that. But man, not standing up front. You're essentially a midfielder and a defender. You lead from the press. You're a sacrificial lamb to bring others into play. Merino can do all of that. And he's Spanish. His nationality is irrelevant, but football terms, you don't know what that means. High IQ, you're intelligent, you know how to play. And when you deep it, I wouldn't say Merino's got any outstanding attributes. Like, you don't think, raw, pace, strong. He's, if anything, it's his speed of thought. It's his footballing IQ. He's a good passer. Relative to whatever, he's a good passer. He's decent at a lot of things. But he's got competence. Big up Double M. Loves a vital goal. Loves a vital goal. Shout out Double M, man. But yeah, I'm kind of smart at this football thing, isn't it? It's crazy. But yeah, he's right. And then what's he said? Yeah, he's had, obviously before in his career, but he had some good experience of last season, the way he reacted and performed in that position. Obviously, we believe that today, the way it is, there was a good chance for him to perform. My view was always he had really good timing, the capacity to finish in the box, probably one of the best finishers in the squad, especially one touch. Very good final action player. And then talking to him and making sure that he plays closer to the box and he identifies the opponents, the opportunities, the timings, the way he needs to attack the spaces in relation to how they defend the box, which today was a bit different as well. The way they set up, and then it's obviously his quality, his willingness to learn and practice every day. And to be fair, big up their keeper, because I don't know why you came out. Easiest header Mikel Merino will score in his life, people. On how we can maintain the confidence in the team by doing these same things. There will be a loss. There will be a goal conceded. I wish life was like that, but it's not. And to be honest, I would look at my team shaky if you go on this run, you lose to Sunderland, and you all look scared in that. What, one bad game don't define you. Like I watch a lot of like sports psychology stuff. Can't remember for the life of me the guy who was speaking in a documentary, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. He was speaking about when Kobe was young. I'm not basketball. I support the Bulls, but I don't understand basketball like that. There was some game he was playing in. He needed to make 3 points. Like they were in the driver's seat. 3 points would have won the game. He missed all 3 shots. After the game, his head's in his hand. Everyone thought he was dismayed. They've gone to interview him. They've asked him why he's upset. Kobe Bryant has come out and said, my head wasn't in my hands as to, the L and whatnot. It was, I'm trying to figure out why I missed those shots. So that's what we got to do. Rather than cry and bitch about shit, take 30 seconds, feel sorry for yourself, back on that. When you win, you're not as good as you think you are. When you lose, you're not as bad as you think you are. Take that level-headedness and let's maneuver, man. It's as simple as that. Well, first of all, feeling prepared, that brings confidence. So now it's about the next game and feeling prepared, doing the right things to get to the game with a lot of clarity and in a really good emotional state. I'm sure we'll do that, then performing at this level to make it really difficult for the opponent and to try to earn the right to win the game. On Tim Beasy, extraordinary from apologies. For me, he's been phenomenal in every department. I think he has taken his level and the team's level to a different dimension against his opponents. The way he penetrates, the way he wins duels, the way he understands the game, the way he wants to make things happen. A big example for the rest of his teammates. Don't think anyone could disagree with that, man. Come on, people. They're boying it. Smash their likes, man. I would appreciate that, but they hate me. They hate me. Tick attacker in his DNA. The Sunderland reminds me of Jermaine Defoe Sunderland. I won't quite say that, but they're overperforming. They're doing well. There's issues that they can present if we have any air of complacency, which I don't think will be the case. Big up Norgard. He's spoken. Uncle Norgard, where Dowman and Wanyeri is concerned. We knew it was going to be difficult coming here. They make it very hard for their opponents with their direct play. They're very physical over 90 minutes. We deserve to win, and it's always good to get another clean sheet. We have a lot of momentum right now. It's like compounding wins. It is compounding wins, better yet. It's easier when you win over a lot of games, but you also know that it only takes a little bit of complacency for it to go the other way. So we need to remind each other how important the next game is, the next training session, analyze this one, and be ready for Sunderland on Saturday. What's this? Oh, he's speaking about Dowman. I still hadn't made my debut at 15. I was probably just looking at the Champions League on TV. It's very, very impressive. And the thing is with Max, it's not just to make history that he's the youngest. He fully deserves it. He's good enough to play at this level. He showed it today. He showed it against Brighton. He showed it when he came on in the Prem as well. The future is bright for him. He just needs to keep doing the right things. It's our responsibility to remind him of that. He's very humble. He wants to learn. He wants to improve. I think there's some of the attributes you need to reach the highest level. Bang on the money from Mikel Arteta and obviously Norgard. And yeah, if you didn't know, Wanyeri, Max Dowman has become the youngest Champions League player. Max Dowman made yet more history against Slavia Prague as he becomes the youngest ever player to feature in the Champions League. Now, this won't apply to him, but I'm sure if you look at youngest players to make debuts at all Premier League clubs or clubs in general, Champions League and all these things and countries, some of these players will obviously been staples. Some of them are forgotten about and didn't go on and do anything, like, if that makes sense. Like, for every young player that comes through, you have a Matthew Briggs, you have a James Vaughan, and no disrespect, that can happen. It's not going to happen with Max, but just take time. There's a lot of things that he needs to learn. Even this Mokoko, he ain't kicked on as much. He was playing yesterday. Them lot lost to Spurs, which is an L. So yeah, big up Dowman for that. There's been rumours Gyökeres and Martinelli return for the North London derby. Arsenal are hoping to have Gyökeres and Gabby Martinelli back in time to face Tottenham Hotspur after the November international break. As we know, Gyökeres was substituted at half-time of our 2-0 win against Burnley on Saturday. Arteta said he felt something. Martinelli still nursing the muscular injury he picked up when we beat Crystal Palace on the 26th of October. We all know Gyökeres didn't travel for the Champions League tie against Prague. All parties are now working towards a return after the November international break, which follows the Sunderland game. Arteta did say, I am concerned because he hadn't had many muscular issues and he had to leave the pitch. Seems like a lot of our players prior to signing for us don't have things and they come here and then they get things, but it is what it is. He was feeling something. That's obviously never a good sign, especially for a player that is very, very explosive. So we are now digging in a little bit more to understand where we are in terms of injury, and we'll announce it when we know more. Fair enough. On Madueke, Odegaard, Kai Havertz, it's difficult to put a game, We have the international break, which is a 2-week break. And after that, I think we'll have some back. I don't know if it's going to be all of them or some of them, but we'll be quite close by them by then. Crazy. Didn't give nothing away. Already gone over that. What's this? Our next 6 games: Sunderland away, Tottenham at home, Bayern Munich at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Aston Villa away. Not easy by any stretch. But what worth having in life is easy. It is what it is. And we should be filled with not arrogance, but confidence. Happy birthday, Tommy Asu. He's turned 27. Still without a club, man. Sucks really for him. And look at that. Look at that this season. One little dibby loss against Liverpool. Arteta, I'm not gonna lie, big up you. Because all the other W's are on you. But I think the draw and the loss, all's forgiven. But this is why I think it was a turning point for everything with our football club, regardless of how it pans out against Newcastle. I think Mikel Arteta, I couldn't tell you, it's above my pay grade. Something's changed in finding balance, in knowing when to tweak and not to, in the game management, in putting up the handbrake in certain aspects, which we need, and putting it down in others. But one does wonder, though. Yeah, it was a great free kick. But if we had a bit more courage against Liverpool, what could have been? We were great for 45 minutes against City. We conceded an idiot goal, but imagine, even if we just had 3 points from one of the Liverpool City games, you can't have it all in life, man. It could be better. It sure as hell could be worse, innit? So let's just be humble, man. 10 wins in a row. 10 wins in a row. Bro, we're doing madness. We're doing absolute madness. Madness. Dowman, madness. Madness. I mean, I don't think anyone believes this, but to humor you guys, Rodrigo wants to leave Real Madrid in January with Arsenal and Tottenham interested in the 24-year-old. You want to play against the manager who batted up Carlo Ancelotti? You want to play for Thomas the Frank Engine? Getting aired by Spence and that. Crazy. Thomas, I love you. Think you're a great gaffer. You went over there. I'm on to everything. Xabi Alonso has publicly stated that Rodrigo is still important, but his actions do not match his words. The Brazilian only played 92 minutes of football during the Club World Cup and has made just 2 La Liga starts this season. Well, you wanted to be an idiot and stay. You never know, there could be capacity for a loan and that. He don't want to leave Madrid, but they're going to milk the Arsenal and Real Madrid thing to the death. I might be more believing of this in the summer of 2026. Like, don't tell me about Semenyo and Rodrigo and all these guys. But if you're watching, I'm on being surprised. Please don't buy Semenyo's Berta. Please. Anyways, Trossard on Calafiori, he pops up everywhere in pockets as a striker. He scored some great goals already. So I think that unpredictability of his can really hurt teams as well. I have a good relationship with him at the moment. So I know what he can do and where he can pop up in what position. Sometimes I can play a ball blind to him and I know he'll be there. Facts. Football's about relationships. More nonsense. Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick is a big fan of Martin Odegaard, and the Spanish club are eyeing a potential 70 million move. However, the Gunners are not willing to let the 26-year-old Norway midfielder leave the club amid interest from Barca, from Football Transfers, if you want to believe that. And there's also rumors he's going to get a new deal. Arsenal scouts will be in attendance when Strasbourg take on BK Häcken in the Conference League, but the player who has attracted their attention is not playing for Chelsea's sister club. Who is it then? Who then? According to, I guess this is from a Scandinavian region. There's no way I'm able to pronounce that, but for you lot, I'll attempt. Tried. The Gunners and other Premier League clubs have taken a liking to 21-year-old midfielder Silas Anderson, who's already had a bit of a journeyman career at his young age. The Danish youth international of Turkish descent. Norgard, he's Danish. You know anything about him? He's been in the squad. Spent time in the academy systems of Copenhagen and Inter before joining Dutch side Utrecht in January 2025. He moved to Häcken for 1 million euros, a sizable outlay for the Swedish club. Since joining, he has already made 40 appearances, contributing with 4 goals and a pair of assists from his defensive midfield position. In addition to Arsenal, Nottingham Forest have taken notice of his exploits in Sweden. It's now being reported that Arsenal have scouts in attendance when Häcken host Strasbourg on Thursday. At this stage, it is unclear how serious Arsenal's interest in the 21-year-old is, but he could potentially be seen as a future replacement for compatriot Norgard. The 31-year-old joined on a 2-year deal in the summer to act as backup for Zubimendi. What has he said? The Premier League is the Premier League. It would be great to come. We could be scouting. We could just be watching games and updating our database. There could be a bit more of an intense scouting mission like with this. Honestly, who knows, people? We've been linked with Vinicius, I believe. Arsenal target one away attacker as Vinny Jr. Drama takes twist. Or is this linking us with Rodrigo? All the Brazilian youths are apparently unhappy. Vinicius is said to be unhappy, even though there's rumors of a new deal. Seems like Endrick will be going on loan, and we've gone over the Rodrigo stuff. Well, yes. Well, to be fair, we're not being linked with Vinicius. This is the same article, basically. Fair enough. And Real Madrid apparently have decided to sell Vinny Jr. Yeah, right. We were told yesterday we have 120 million euros transfer war chest. Check out the video from yesterday, but we've been linked with 3 young players, people. Because Casado of Barcelona, Leonard Carl of Bayern Munich, decent player. Boardi of Lille, also a decent player. Casado, I think there's scope for your skill set. I don't think we got a snowball's chance of getting Carl, but I'll have him. Bardi, more than welcome. So we have to see. 5 Arsenal stars set to return this month as Norway boss issues Martin Odegaard update. So tell us the 5 then. Martinelli's currently nursing a groin issue. He was left out of the Brazil squad, which is annoying because you would have got to play at the Emirates, familiar territory. So he can't play against Senegal and Tunisia. We all know where we're at with Gyökeres. Madueke and Kai Havertz are edging closer to return. It is hoped for Madueke he is ready to return to training after the international break. Similarly, versatile forward Havertz absent since the opening day win at United. Crazy, isn't it? How long Odegaard, not Odegaard, sorry, Kai. Odegaard as well, but Kai's been out. He's also closing in on his comeback after undergoing a minor surgical procedure on his knee. Odegaard is also understood to be making progress. There's a chance he could return to the squad for the North London derby. He's been left out of the Norway squad, naturally. And it'd be nice if Norway make the World Cup because, more players playing over there. So we'll have to see, man. But yeah, what's this? Arsenal. Yeah, again, we're not going to go over the Gyökeres stuff, but yeah, he's been left out of the Swedish squad. And Mikel has said that Caicedo and Declan Rice are different players, but he'd rather have Caicedo. Fair enough. Chelsea ties. You're not going to say anything different. Arteta is flirting with disaster even while Arsenal keep winning. That shut up. We're not clicking that. That's clickbaity. What's this? Superstar Arsenal raid reportedly on the cards with Barcelona needs uncovered. New way of shaping that we're looking at Barca are looking at Odegaard. What's this? Oh, Wenger's spoken. We're definitely seeing what the fathers had to say. My white granddad. Big up Ashley Cole. Don't want to hear what you have to say about Mikel Arteta. Gabriel's been named in the Brazil squad if you didn't know. Seems like a slow news day, if I'm honest with you. He was on the bench yesterday. Our under 19s got fucked up yesterday. The Norway manager has confirmed Odegaard won't be involved. To be fair, I don't blame Arsenal because the Norway manager is taking Odegaard when he knows he's struggling a bit. I don't blame Arsenal for maybe telling you a bit of a white lie. I talked to Martin a lot. He's doing really well and things are going as they should, but he's not here. It's an injury. You have to call Arsenal about that. He's on his way. He's well on his way in his rehab. But when he will be ready, neither he, Arsenal, nor we know as of now. Okay, you're on this. I don't know, officer. No comment. We haven't discussed it much, but Martin probably has the strongest desire to be in the group, and we'll see what we can agree on that. He still has rehab, which is the most important thing, that he gets on the field as soon as possible. Then we'll see how it fits in. It's not us. It's not us who have control over him. It's Arsenal. Fair enough. I'm being harsh on you. What's this? Wenger believes PSG and Bayern represent the biggest non-Premier League threat to Arsenal's Champions League hopes. There should be a video coming out on TalkSport this evening because that's why I was a bit late here. I promise you, wallahi, I didn't see this. I said the same thing. Well, Wenger, I'm a Wenger baby. Granddad, I hope I do you proud, I hope I do you proud. What has he said? I would say they're the two teams who can win the Champions League this season. Well, they're the two teams that beaten us in recent years, isn't it? We went out quarterfinals to Bayern one year. And obviously PSG, after the greatness of beating Real Madrid, they done us. One of the other teams, of course, could be Real Madrid, but Bayern Munich or PSG, no one wonders in their league will they win their championship. PSG will win their championship in France. Bayern have nearly already won the championship in Germany. So their season, of course, will be in Europe. They will have to fight against 5 teams in the Premier League. That would be interesting. PSG at the moment are not at their best. And neither were they this time last year, but it's in May. Real Madrid at Liverpool are fighting to be their best. Then Bayern are in full power. Bayern look good, man. You can't big up Troy Deeney, but you can't go from Arsene Wenger to Troy Deeney. Ain't no one giving the monkeys what Troy Deeney has to say. Unpopular opinion, I think Victor and Martinelli are fit to play Sunday, but Mikel doesn't want them going on international break. I hear that. I need Madueke goal and a crazy celebration against Chelsea. I'm on that. I'm definitely on that. I want Gyökeres to bag against Brighton when we played him in the league as well. Has anyone seen Marcel? Probably not. 4 likes away from 60. Hit the likes if you ain't. Big up the mods, man. Big up the mods. Pushing that one. We need an in loving memory for Marcel from DG. Nah, man, listen, we hope he's alive. But where is he? Gyökeres hasn't been called up for the Sweden squad because of injuries. We need to put Marcel pick on milk boxes like back in the days when people go missing. Muscular injury, hamstring. This year's been good year. This year has been a good year, man. Wishing success to all of you. Right back at you lot, man. Appreciate you lot. Madness, 0 trophies. BR, talking me. Kalazubi and Gyökeres have improved us. Facts. I think he's fine. Plus, Arteta will specifically ask, are you concerned? After you answered a few questions about the injury already, I think Gyökeres is fit for Sunday. Arteta don't want to risk it. I'm not on risking it. Rodrigo wants to win things. So join Arsenal. Verts don't want to win shit. So why would you join Liverpool? Trent couldn't wait to get out of there. Saka would never leave us on the free. That's crazy work. We have to smoke Spurs. I don't like it's the first game after the break, though, as we can be a bit sloppy first game out. Boy, we ain't got time for that. All this so-called news linking us with this or that player seem to be another media clickbait thing or agents creating chat. I really believe it. Facts. No more DGFM. Soon land, man. International break. Follow on Twitch. We'll get it done. Soon land. Tranquillo. Trust me, it'll be worth it. I don't know if it'll be worth it because when I win, I love it. When I lose, and it's not even the fact that you lose. It's like you see the comments in you lot just chatting shit and darkness. Have they brought the editor out yet? Because we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that. I love an editor on FM. Do we think all these players will feature in the London derby after just coming back from injury? Gyökeres defo, but the rest I don't know. I think Gyökeres, Martinelli. Maybe one of Madueke and Odegaard. I think they might just get in the squad. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Chamberlain ain't even want to chain with your youngest. Trust, exactly. Sunderland W man's there. Calm down. Don't wish anything bad on us. Beating Nottingham Forest is not for everyone. DG, what would you do to make our attack more fluid? I genuinely think we need our players back. And the relationships need to be built. Yeah, I can't lie. Van der Ven's goal was cold. But you're playing dickheads. With the greatest of respect to Copenhagen. Any news on Sweetie and Sancho? No. I don't want to, and in a good way, I don't want to hear nothing from Sancho. No news is good news, man, because, yeah, that guy's been moving mad. Somehow your decision-making off the pitch is worse than on it, which takes some doing, I must admit, people. But, yeah, I'm conscious of time. I want to give you a lot of break, people. I'm back at 4. We're going to have DJB. We're going to have Kenny Ken. You lot's questions and talking points make the difference. So make sure you're there with all of that. Appreciate you lot for being here now. 7 p.m. we've got Sammy. And, the hard work don't stop. Road to 100K. Make sure you're following on the socials. Big up to you lot that do follow me on the socials because you lot have been spreading the message on TikTok, on Twitter, and actually on Instagram in particular with that TalkSport clip. So I appreciate you lot. But on that note, people want to talk about fullbacks. Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.